So back out into the arena for the fourth time tonight. Sam Betts and John Egan take on Ryan Bodsworth and Andrew Patchett.
That's a great break, and look at the yellows straight away. See, they've elected for yellows, just not brought the cue ball back enough, so he may have to go the full length of the table on this shot, but he cues it well. And then he's just had the commentator's curse. On the bright side, the reds are a mess.
It was a very clinical performance from this pairing, and particularly from Andrew Patchett, who looked razor sharp in their first match. Not as straightforward an opening position though.
And the way the reds are lined up, there's no obvious safety shot available, but sometimes when that happens, you've got to just look and see where you can sort of make a little bit of a mess of the table and try and tie up the yellows, or a yellow. He's trying to play a loss of turn in the same shot here. Big, high tariff shot, but didn't get it. So, another opportunity. John and Sam to run this finish out. John should be looking to get the cue ball roughly back to where it is now. He's on that line. Take the one to the top left and leave the angle for the one onto the middle. Just got to watch the pace on this shot. So he's dragged it to just kill the cue ball. He's played it just well enough. The problem here is they don't want to be potting this yellow and going into the three reds. They need to try and avoid him if they can, which is why he's gone to the top pocket.
Right idea, slightly wrong execution though.
Yeah, but if you want to win the night, they're the chances you've got to be taking.
And this does feel like it could so easily be the deciding match of the night. There's still two more matches to come after this, but based on what we've seen so far, these are the best two pairings on very immediate form.
This is quite a gettable finish now, because they don't have to play cannons on the reds. They can just pop this and top into the yellow, and then take the bottom one of the reds into the corner, or can play into the 8-ball, looking at the angle. It's hard to see that angle on the overhead just, but he's played it well.
Very clinical in their first match. Didn't really go after anything that they weren't going to get. The 8-ball in a decent possible position. He's obviously on the ball to the right centre if he wants it, or we can go up the table first.
He's just not in complete control. I can only presume that the two reds are close enough whereby he couldn't take one up the bottom one into the bottom left, so is he potting this into the corner and try and hold on the yellow? A nice line, but not quite sure he's on it.
Again, it was the right idea. Difficult to execute those sort of Z shots twice across the table. Almost had it perfect. Well, we'll find out now. This ball to the centre is always potted. It's just a question of what you could then land on. Obviously didn't go bottom left, so having to play across the table.
It's a nervy opening frame compared to the first few matches of the night, but I think both pairings know how big this match is. And I'm surprised he hasn't tried to double the yellow first shot. I think if he'd have played the double on the yellow, and then he gives the natural angle to pot the last yellow and come up for the 8-ball, whereas now they're in world of trouble.
Couldn't find an attacking shot, so tried to play containing safety.
He's played the safety well, to be honest. So the problem they've got is potting the red into the bottom left. The cue ball's tracking towards the corner, and it could either go behind the 8 ball. And yeah, again, he's missed the shot, but it is not an easy positional shot for the 8 ball.
Funny, isn't it? Just the pressure of a situation. Both of these two pairings were so fluent in their first match of the night. Somehow, just a few minutes away from the table, just changed the dynamic. This looks a good shot if it carries on. Couldn't get close, but fairly straight at least. Oh, that's a good shot from John Egan. Took a while, over 6 minutes played in that first frame, but Egan did get it on the board eventually. The referee, one of the best in the business, and very experienced with this Monday night format. He's already been called into service to a number of tricky calls tonight.
Yeah, and he's hit that well, and it's another dry break. Plenty of the balls are travelling, just nothing threatened any of the pockets. And yeah, again, these yellows look very inviting, and it's another opportunity to really put the stamp on the match and take a 2-0 lead.
If that first frame had only been a couple of minutes, that wouldn't necessarily be a big deal, but now with the time burnt off, 2-0 suddenly becomes more important.
He needed to be on that yellow, and I think it's just overran it, which has mean a reroute, as he got the angle to just come into the red.
It's okay, isn't it? But it's just a bit harder now. He's had to play it this way round. He's got a more difficult position of shot now. Oh, and as a result, where's he ended up here?
Yeah, that all stems from that careless positional shot earlier on in the finish. He's played that safety really well.
So close he got to the red, but just sneaked past. That's always the way with that kind of positional situation. It's not necessarily the first shot where you slip out of position, but it just starts adding up over the course of the next couple. You can see he looks determined to be positive about it, John Egan. I like the attitude he's come in with tonight. He knows they're not necessarily the favourites for this group, but it's a very winnable group. They're not playing like underdogs at all.
Well, Ryan's played that with 1 second to spare, but he did have an opportunity for call an extension. He's actually landed. If he wants to be attacking, he could go now and play the red off the red into the corner at pace. It looks like he's got the perfect angle for it. He's decided to pull back, and he's played a very good safety shot. Well, I wouldn't be surprised, mind you, if he doesn't hit the yellow here, he could have ball in hand and just place the cue ball anywhere on the table, which will give him an easy out. So it's a key hit. And this is the opportunity for Ryan now. If he wants to attack, just put the cue ball to the bottom right, as he has. Just gonna pop this and just top through. It's about holding himself together now and games. Pull this back. 1-1.
Great chance this. All the balls in the open. Could have elected to play that long to hold more guaranteed position. Guaranteed the pot by playing it to the centre.
They just seem to be slightly overrunning the cue ball on various shots.
Even though all the players are used to the conditions, it's Ras on Apollo table now in common use around a lot of tournaments. And this new cloth also likewise becoming more popular. Somehow, just being out in that main match arena, it just does seem to play that a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it's perfect there. You just pop this into the left centre and just run through. Leave a nice angle on the red to take the red and the 8 ball in the same pocket.
This has been a good clearance. Obviously got given the chance with ball in hand, that made it much easier. But he did well. He was patient early on when could have been a case for going for it. It paid off that time. So frame 3, some bets to break off. He's right over to the side of the table. And he finds the ball. Not far away from finding the 8 ball. Didn't quite have the legs.
It didn't seem to move too much there, and it's not an easy starter ball. He's going for reds. He's just missed it, and not only has he missed it, he's left a nice angle for Andrew to take control of reds himself and play a little delicate cannon. Should open up the frame.
Pretty tough outcome that. It was a decent enough break, but once he didn't leave an easy opening shot, the pressure on the first ball. Andrew Patchett looked really good in his first match. Seemed to start with a real purpose. Swagger as he walks around the table.
It's clever how he's played that to just open up the table and clear all the traffic away, knowing he's going to be on the choice of reds. So the key shot to this frame is the kind of position that he gets on the red that's on the rail. So Andrew, if he wanted, could pot this to the right centre, leave an angle on his next shot to develop the red on the rail. Guaranteed to be on the red to the bottom left. Depends how he fancies it, but this is a key shot. He's tried to play it, and he's played it very well. Almost too well. He's now actually got to play a very tricky shot. If he's got just enough angle, he may be able to put the top through. And again, brilliant.
That was very good from Andrew Patchett. Had a bit of work to do in the middle of that frame. Looked like he could be in trouble when the ball dropped in the middle, but playing a good positional shot. We haven't really seen either team run away. It's less common, obviously, in a doubles format, but you sometimes see players reel off a few frames in a row and get real momentum. It's been a bit more one each way. Fairly slow matches so far.
The theme of this match is don't break because you're handing the chance to your opponent.
I think we've only seen 2 first visit 8 ball clearances off players' own breaks tonight, which is a fairly small return for players of this calibre.
Key shot. Try to open up the red by the yellow. And that's as good as you can play it. And I just need to work out. I think the 8 ball goes into the left centre, so they won't need to play another cannon. And they work this out very well.
Fairly new doubles pairing this. We played together previously in the qualifier for this event. Obviously, the fact that they were the winners of that qualifier tells its own story.
Oh, cue ball.
Oh, if he either runs past it or hits that yellow, this is a different story. But now John's coming with the swerve, catches the thin edge. There's the cue ball. Everything's going on in that shot.
And it's just the odd shot here and there, isn't it? And this is where I do think Ryan and Andrew have been a bit more assured, and they don't look like they're going to make any mistakes. It's a nice shot, and this is like a little practice routine where you sort of clear the table out in sections. And this is what Ryan and Andrew should be doing, is look at the finish, and they should be clearing these up, so they're using the time as much as they can on this finish to put themselves 3-1 up, with potentially, if they work it out well, 40-50 seconds left on the match.
Right now they look like the favourites in the sense that they look composed, they look like they know what they need to do. In good control of this situation.
It's not perfect here, this could go wrong. Yeah, and yet again, Andrew's probably going to have to take this yellow to the top left instead. Has he pulled it back enough where he can get natural position on the 8 ball? He has, but this is missable.
And this is massive now, because 3-1 pretty much guarantees the match, whereas if he does miss it, there will be time for the opponents to clear up. Oh, and he's hung the 8 ball. So, one final chance for John Egan and Sam Betts. Can they find a way to pot this red ball and get the scores level at 2-all?
He's going for the cut. Some would go for the double. Big shot. It's there.
Wow, and what an interesting situation this sets up. John Egan's forgotten it's his shot. He's so excited about the way that's gone. And eventually does race over. So, with only 25 seconds on the match clock, the score's tied at 2 apiece. And the happiest people in the venue right now are going to be John and Jaiden Roe as they watch their most likely opponents for the night struggling to get over the winning line. So, one chance. Oh,
the 8 ball was
flying around. So it doesn't matter what happens here. There isn't going to be time. John will pot a couple of balls for fun, but he knows this match is going to finish as a draw. As we hear the chimes in the background.
He would have knocked these in as well.
Well, it was a match that was always tough to call a winner of, but in the end, Patchett and Bodsworth are going to be very disappointed with the way that's finished up, because they had a great chance to go 3-1 up. We didn't really see that mistake coming from Andrew Patchett. They've done all the hard work in that frame. Let's take a break and we'll be back with more very shortly.